What's up, man? How you feeling, babe?
I'm feeling great. Everything has been um good so far this week.
Yeah, it's been a
Um,
pretty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, baby.
It's been a pretty smooth week. Busy as always, but not as hectic busy. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
about you? How do you feel like this week has been going so far?
I think that this week for once in our lives, we were finally starting to kind of get some routine. But change is inevitable.
Man, with us, with the kiddos, our schedule, we probably change every week, every other week. But it was good to have this past week or two to just sit,
yeah,
collect,
yeah,
and just be for
yeah,
once. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
Especially with Zoe being out of school and
right,
things
and
like that.
all the boys eating up all the groceries and stuff.
They are eating us out of house at home. I never knew what they meant when they said that, but that is real life.
Shit, I know what it means. I know what we used to
Yeah, I
do
know
coming
you.
out of summertime. So,
Y'all got all boys, so.
yeah, man. So,
All right, so welcome back to another episode of the Forever
forever,
Podcast.
ever,
Forever,
ever.
ever,
Man,
ever.
my voice just cracked. I had a little cold and it still ain't really fully got back
I feel like
yet.
none of us really recovered fully when we
Yeah.
had that, whatever that was.
Man, that
But
was a cold. I ain't gonna even say it was nothing else. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't know, cause
No, it's
y'all like to be like it was just
nah.
sinuses,
Black people, everything is allergies and
allergies,
sinuses.
right? Y'all checking the pollen count in the winter.
Yep. So, babe, what are we talking about today? I know we pretty much just, what I'm saying, letting it flow today. What we doing today?
Today the topic is gonna be focused around gender roles. But
Mm,
first,
okay.
I want to introduce a game that we are gonna call the Soulmate
The
Showdown.
soulmate
Soulmate
showdown. Okay.
Showdown. So
What's this? What did this entail?
it's similar to the newlywed game.
I don't know what that is, but all right.
Okay, so okay, you'll see. I'm gonna explain to you.
Okay.
So I got you a board here.
Okay.
Got myself a board. If you need to wipe, I brought some little napkins and stuff. Here's your marker.
All right.
Here's
Bet.
my marker. So
Don't get
these are
dirty.
dry erase boards that we are going to use. And so basically, baby, I'm going to I brought us some questions,
Okay.
and we are going to blindly choose some folded questions out of this bag. And we'll have to do too many, but did
Okay.
I try one?
We can do a
Okay.
couple.
But these are just some questions like who's more likely to. So
Okay.
if if the person is more likely to do it, or if they have done it or whatever, you
Okay.
put their name. So I guess you'll put her, I'll put him, and you can put me if you think it's you.
Okay. Bet.
Got it? Okay.
Sounds good. Let's see, man. I hope you
All
ain't
right,
got
let's
no
do a
crazy
quick
questions in
little.
there. So
Let's
you go
see.
first.
I'm gonna go first.
All right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go first. I think I got two.
When you pull it out, I'm just gonna pull mine too. Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Who is most likely to spoil the kids?
In terms of
I don't know if they grew up spoiled. Who did?
the girls. All right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
One, two, three.
I put us.
Oh, I'll put you.
I put us because you spoil the kids when it comes to um.
Gentle parenting.
Okay, yeah, we can do gentle parenting.
Because you more the disciplinarian, so
All right, let's see. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do mine. Who said I love you first?
Oh my God, that was so long ago.
Uh,
What's that, over 11 years ago? Let's see. Uh,
I I think I know who. I don't know. Let's go. Go. What? You definitely said I love you. I don't know. Was it me? Was it me first?
oh my God. I mean, it was me, but it was the way I said it that made me like,
You was kind of like,
I was like, I love me some you or something.
nah. You was probably like,
And you was like, what you say? You said you love me.
That's what I kind of what I remember. I couldn't remember fully, so she kind of forced me to say it. So I guess it's still her in the end of the
But I
day.
said I love me some you, and you said I love you too.
Nah, I'm over here using this little small eraser.
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
it
so
came on.
let's put these down here. Oh, you put it in
Yeah,
the
put
back.
it in back.
All right, bet.
You
Let's
ready for
go.
the next one?
Next, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna pull mine too, so I'll be ready. I'm gonna put something good though, man.
Who is most likely to clean up after a party?
That's easy. Easy. That's an ugly M. They be like, damn, boy, are you right like that? I bet.
Boy,
Man, come on, bro. Bro, you do not clean after no parties. Because most of the time, you probably be wasted. And
I don't clean up after the
no,
party.
ma'am.
I
You
mean,
probably
I do it the next morning if I can't do it
nah.
that night.
I gotta do it at night, bro. I can't. Nah. For the most part, I gotta knock that out ASAP.
For a party,
Okay.
I'm typically not only our own parties but other people's parties too. I'm typically helping.
Well,
somebody else.
yeah, other people. Well, I guess so.
So you saying
Whatever.
I do it more other people's parties than my own?
For sure, most definitely. All right, here's mine. Who is most likely to start an argument?
To start an argument.
Let me see, man. All right, ready?
Ready?
Hold
Now you writing extra stuff.
on. Yeah.
What you finna
All
write?
right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Her. 100% her.
Look at my angry face.
You're like Reese. Yeah, definitely you, man. Cause I just be cooling, bro.
You
I
be
don't even
cooling.
be on it like that.
But technically speaking, unfortunately, it don't matter what I say. It's an argument.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Well, if you say so. All right. How many more you want to do?
Let's do one more.
All right. Man, what are real questions at, man? What are ones
Dang,
like
what you want to ask me? Just
who
ask.
most likely to give it up on a first night or something like that?
How many dates you been? You don't
I'm
want.
talking about you, between us.
How many dates you been? You don't want to.
I mean, that's what you mean with you?
My
I
question
ain't been one that's
says.
further than you. Uh-oh. Yeah.
My question says, who is a better dancer?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I did 2 steps. So I ain't even knowing that. Like you caught me back in the day, back in my you got served day.
That's
or
why
my
I
pump
put
day.
you as
Man, go ahead, bro. That we talking about right now, not back in the day.
honey.
Bro. You be doing all that twerking and all that.
Honey, they ain't say twerker because
That's
I mean
dance, ain't it?
I'm gonna take it home with
Man,
anybody. Anybody want to see me with the twerk?
That's dance, man. That's dance, ain't it? Bizzle don't be dancing like that, man.
Okay, come on with your last one.
All right. That one. Who is more likely to make an impulsive purchase? Break it down what impulsive mean before I put my answer.
What you want me to be, Webster?
I ain't even gotta. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm tripping. I almost look at the devil trying to work. I almost spelled the wrong thing, man. Let me see. Make it real big so they can understand what's
It's
going
amazing
on.
how quick you can write me.
Yeah. Her. Big time. Hold up.
I'm gonna tell you, the only reason I wrote me. Is that an arrow?
Yeah. All right.
The only reason that I wrote me
Why is that?
is because when I tell you, before this man buy anything, he gonna research.
Man.
He gonna read reviews.
I'm gonna try to find where I
He
can
gonna
get cheap
ask-
at.
He gonna ask his friends,
Damn,
and they
going
friends, and they friends, and they friends, and they friends,
But,
and it's just gonna be a whole thing.
yeah. But you know, it's funny. I don't really have that issue when it comes to buying stuff like equipment for the studio, stuff we need for the crib. Well, it depends on what we need for the crib.
But even if you do, it won't be impulsive. You are going to research. You are going to test it out.
I gotta find a deal. I need to find a buy one, get one
I'm telling
deal.
you, he gonna ask.
I'm gonna look
friends,
and then before I do that, I'm gonna look on Facebook Market, make sure somebody on there not letting me go for free.
I can't.
And so yeah, that was a cool little game though. That was called what was it called?
Well, we are calling it the Soulmate Showdown.
Because
you know, since you're my soulmate, you're supposed to know me so well. So I told you it's like a twist on the Newlywed Game.
Okay.
So like I said, that is a great segue though.
Okay.
To gender roles.
Okay.
Because I think some of the questions really kind of touched on things that some people look at as what a man should do, what a woman should do, you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
particularly like prime example, the cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it's a question that's in there that maybe we'll ask next time. But
Okay.
it was like, who's most likely to go to bed with dishes in the sink?
Yeah. I mean, I think we
Him,
both
by the
do
way.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say.
They said who's most likely though.
You know what? A month ago, me. I think this month probably not so much.
Who's more likely? It's never been me.
To what? Put the dishes up?
Go to bed with dishes in the sink.
Right? What you mean? You leave them on the counter or something? Because you damn sure I leave. You don't put them up before I do.
What?
Yes, bro.
Go to bed with dishes in the sink, and you saying that that's you?
That's 1000%.
That is laughable.
All right. So what about
So,
So what gender roles is definitely especially today. That's a
Mhm.
very interesting and controversial topic.
why is it so controversial?
Pride. Everybody's so prideful, man. And I know
Mm-hmm.
we talked about this a couple times too. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. So
Mm-hmm.
let me see. What do you feel? Well, what is one gender role that you think you came into the marriage thinking like, oh no, he the man, he's supposed to do this, and oh no, I'm the woman, I'm supposed to do this.
Mm-hmm.
What was that thing for you?
Um,
Or
I just
you got a
really,
few?
I didn't really have any expectations for you,
Yeah.
but I did come into the marriage thinking like, oh, I gotta start cooking all the time and cleaning up and
Yeah.
shit. So, um, I think that that's like I did think that that was gonna be my role. I didn't have any expectations for you. Like I
Yeah.
didn't, I wasn't expecting you to get rich overnight and pay every bill and take me on dates and buy me a ring and like
50-50.
bye. 50-50. That's the controversial topic for real,
Yeah,
for
that
real.
is. We got to go. We can add that into our finance episode.
Okay.
Let's do that one. I think that'll be the perfect place to put that.
Okay.
So
50-50. That's what I'm gonna call
so for me, you know what? I don't think I came into the marriage thinking he was gonna be the cooker and cleaner because like we spoken about before, it really depends on the person
it. Mm-hmm.
and how that person came up. Like for an example, my mom was heavy on making sure the house was clean and stuff like that. So
Cooking meals.
yeah, cooking, but she was a
Festival.
single parent, 4 boys, so she had to do that. I
Oh, that's what people gotta do when they're single parents.
I mean, how's the kids gonna eat? I don't think no other way. All that. I mean, in your instance, Dita cooked. Everybody else was gonna starve because twins wasn't cooking nothing. So I know you. They
You
are gonna
silly.
kill me for this, bro.
Yes,
But
they are. They really are. I'm gonna make sure
I
they
guess
get
it all
this cooked.
depends on how you come into the relationship or whatever and your upbringing. Like I said, for me, man, my mom was heavy on the cleaning, so I came into the marriage like just always being a person that cleaned more, and yeah, I definitely clean more for sure. Clean more and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
it was a big thing for me.
Upbringing. If upbringing defined for me gender roles,
Mm,
and for you too,
yeah,
honestly, then we didn't have good examples of what those gender roles would have been anyway, because we came up in single mom households
hmm
who in those single moms really had to get it out the mud. Like they had to do everything.
yeah,
They had to pay bills
yeah,
and be providers. They were head of households,
yeah,
right?
for
Like
sure, for sure.
literally, with file taxes is head of household because that's the
Yeah,
way that it was for them.
yeah,
And I think that if upbringing was the way that you had to define what your gender roles would be, the world has definitely had to make a shift
yeah,
because there are a lot of single parents
hmm
and people who have those beliefs. But when it comes to our marriage, I feel like I didn't have the expectations coming in, and I feel like everything has shifted several times
yeah. Like
on
what?
what our gender roles have been. So, like you said, you came into the marriage, you cleaned a lot more. Um, for me, I'm a person who it's not that I don't clean. It's just especially when we first got married. It's just I get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, I just don't clean up. I just kind of used to let stuff build up a little bit.
Right.
Prime example, laundry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash them,
Mm.
but maybe to this day it's still like that. I don't know who's gonna fold them.
But you got a lot better though. And I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it was really probably expectations that we came into it,
Yeah.
into the marriage with. In the beginning, I honestly didn't have any huge expectations from you because of you being the wife or the woman. The woman.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything. I didn't really have no high expectations. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Did you? Is there one particular gender role, I guess you could say, that you came into it
Yeah.
knowing what you wanted, or not knowing what you wanted? Was there a specific task or role that you came into the marriage thinking that
That I wanted to
that you
do.
wanted to do,
Um.
or was it gonna do?
Yeah. I think that that's what it was. Like I had no intention on making that our normal, the gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
I had no intention on being a housewife,
Yeah,
being a chef, and a
yeah,
maid. I just had no intention on doing that.
yeah.
Um, I wanted to contribute to my household
Mm-hmm.
just as much. And quite frankly, I knew that I mean, it's obvious we got married young, and so we weren't, we still were trying to figure life out
Yeah, we were still
as far as
kids.
finances and things like that. So I knew that if I wanted certain things, I was gonna have to work too, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It wasn't gonna work with just one income.
yeah.
And so that was gonna
Mm.
make me have to really like scale back on everything, a lot of things that I wanted.
Yeah, okay.
So I just really I didn't have any expectations on what I was going to do either, but I did know
Yeah.
that I was going to work and contribute to my household and not just solely depend on you to do so.
I can honestly say I think I possibly came into the relationship with that in mind.
With you being a sole provider.
Just me being a sole provider, and then that was all pride, and I didn't have a father figure growing up, so I could only go by what I saw on TV, and a lot of the shows I watched, Fresh Prince, um, Martin and Gina, they had their own thing going on,
Mm-hmm.
but so I really didn't have much to go off of, so you know I guess that's just what you hear a lot of women say. They want to stay home and
Mm-hmm.
they want the man to go out work. I used to do it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The man go out work, come home, put a check on the table, blah blah blah. So so for me, because around that time we had just moved into the new spot, our first spot together actually.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the first spot? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was the first spot. And then so you was pregnant. I remember you was home at one point. I was working two jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that's the way it was supposed to be, but it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. And as we
And it wasn't working for me.
yeah
Is what
yeah
he was
yeah yeah
saying.
yeah
Like
yeah mm-hmm.
it was not something that I enjoyed. It did
Yeah
not do well for my mental health.
mm-hmm.
And that in turn affected his mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't work until until we came to that point where we neither of us could
Yeah
help our daughter. But um, it wasn't
yeah.
conducive.
So let me ask you this: during that time when you was going through it, like as far as the mental aspect of it, where you was like you didn't want to be the stay at home mom and stuff like that, you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go out and get your own thing. How did that make you feel, knowing that I possibly wanted that? How do you think? Yeah, like how did you feel first about, before we go further? How did you feel about that? Did you feel like it was one of those things where you thought it was gonna be, I wanted you to stay home and that it was gonna be like a deal breaker for us, or where were
You mean
you
like
at?
looking back on it?
Yeah, looking back, yeah.
Um. So I mean, at the time, if I'm honest, I don't remember if we had talked about
Mm-hmm.
that. I do remember just going to work. Like just saying, okay, I'm going to work. I can't
Yeah.
really do much of this anymore. I think I do recall you making the suggestion that I just,
Yeah.
stay home and you take care of us and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
um I think right now in hindsight, how I feel about that
Yeah.
is I don't know, it's like a I'm sorry you felt that way
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Because for me, that just wasn't the life that I wanted for
Yeah.
myself. It's still not
Yeah.
the life
Yeah.
that I
For
want for
sure.
myself, which is crazy. Like,
It's not what I want for you either. But go ahead.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's just not what I want for myself. I think that when I think about what gender roles are becoming
Mm-hmm.
in this world, like women are really dominating the corporate spaces,
Yeah.
the entrepreneurial spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And so women staying at home and not,
Yeah.
and just being taken care of and kept, it sounds nice, but that's just really not the reality of
But a
what's
lot
going
of women
on.
are like that though, man. I was actually talking to one of the homies about that too. It's
Mhm.
like it's confusing. It's honestly confusing to men, to be honest, because it's like on one end, a lot of women want to stay at home
Mhm.
and just take care of the kids and do stuff around the house. But then in the same sentence say, I don't want a man that's going to keep me home and control me.
Mm.
So it's like not for me, of course. It's a lot of
So women should be controlled, like
what.
kept at home and controlled just because they're not working.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I and we may be wrong. When I have a couple of conversations with the homies, they feel as if that's what a lot of women are interpreting without saying those exact words. You know what I'm saying?
So if they are at home, if they are at home and taken care of, they feel like they're being controlled.
Yeah, but in the same sentence, they say they don't want to do anything outside of the house. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
it's very confusing if I'm being real.
Mhm.
And me and the homie also talked about it's like, okay, how do you? I know we may be off topic, maybe not.
Mhm.
How do you find that kind of woman who wants to be home, be a be a what do you call them? What is it again? Housewife.
I
Be a
guess, yeah,
housewife,
housewife or stay at
right?
home mom, whatever. Yeah.
Of course, that kind of woman has to find a man with money, right?
Mhm.
So how can a man allow a woman, or how can a man approach a woman that wants that without him thinking all she wants is his money?
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
A woman that wants to stay at home and be
Hmm.
kept
Yeah,
without thinking she is like a gold digger. I think that there's a lot of factors that would go into that.
yeah,
When did you meet her? Right? Like,
just
did you
out.
meet her before
Yeah.
you, like, was she with you shooting in the gym?
Hmm.
Or was it a situation where you already had things going on
Hmm.
and this woman had things going on and then she abruptly stopped those things just
Yeah.
because, furthermore, are there things that you have going on
Hmm.
to where you can't assist in managing the household,
Yeah.
as a man? Because I think that that's where the thin line really
Yeah.
starts to happen. Is, I mean, obviously women manage households the best,
Yeah.
but I think that if everybody is equally contributing to managing the household in different ways,
Hmm.
be it financially, emotionally, spiritually,
Yeah.
raising the children,
Hmm.
cleaning up, things like that, if everybody is equally contributing to that,
Yeah.
then um I don't know, because I think that I'm thinking about this idea of
Mm.
staying at home,
Yeah.
and I want to know, like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because are we saying that I don't go work, but because I don't go work, I don't go anywhere else?
Well, I mean, nah, that's kind of like that's prison, and
That's what I'm
that's
thinking.
prison.
But so, because I think that that was always the turnoff for me,
Yeah. You thought
was
you just couldn't go nowhere?
no, that wasn't it. I
Okay.
honestly, for me, this is just me.
Hmm.
I feel like I shouldn't, if I'm just staying at home and you making money to make sure we're taken care of. You're providing. It's almost. I mean, those are the vibes that it gives.
Yeah.
Like the gold digger vibes,
Hmm.
because I mean, I'm not doing anything but like if I'm going out to if I'm leaving home, I feel like it should benefit my home in some kind of way, right? If I am not contributing to the home. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, on the flip of that, I think that there are still ways that women contribute to homes who are not working.
Oh, most definitely.
I do think that, uh, women birthing
Bro,
children.
y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, regardless if y'all stay home and the man go out to work, whatever,
Mhm.
y'all still got the hardest job. The kids. But if y'all ain't got no kids and she at home, she ain't got no hard job. You know what I'm saying? But if you got the kid, that's a hard job.
It depends, Some men need women to remember things to them,
Man, I got phones. Man.
put the bills,
Got a calendar.
put the bills on, make sure they pay.
Got a whiteboard.
Bye. Make sure that if they are rich, make sure that the staff is taken care. Like I think that house staff. I mean,
Oh, okay.
not the business.
Okay.
So it really just like depends on the situation. But I do think that there are men who also feel like a woman meeting his emotional needs is enough for her to be taken care of.
Yeah. So, is it safe to say that gender roles is basically a form of double standards?
Don't.
No, no. I'm just asking the question, bro. I'm just asking the question
A form of double standards. Why do you say?
because it's like majority of the time when we even having conversations about gender roles, it's more because of what the man is or isn't doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, because think about it, we never really have gender role conversations when it come to women, unless unless she's portraying this independent woman thing situation. That's the only time we even talk about gender roles. Because think,
What do you mean though? Why do you say that? Is it because the conversation is typically if a man is providing or not?
uh,
Like particularly and specifically, what do you mean?
what you mean?
You said that we only have conversations about, and when you say we, I'm assuming you mean like most people.
Yeah, most people, yeah,
Have conversations about gender roles when it's what the man is or isn't doing.
or what they want the man to or not to do.
And so I think that you're referring to financial provision.
I'm talking about every well, finance is always the main topic of
Mm-hmm.
discussion at the time when it comes to that. But
Because I think that when you think about cooking and cleaning and like literally, it's so crazy how many like 50 something women, 50 something year old women or older women would be like, you ain't cook for your husband. I'd be like, he got 2 hands and 2 feet.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's why I feel like when it comes to like the general conversation, like those norms are shifting. And I think that people should be able to do the things that they want to do on any given day, if that makes sense when it comes to gender roles.
Okay. So what if what if a man probably like 35, 40, he's very successful in his business or whatever case may be to a point where he can run himself,
Mm-hmm.
and so as the wife.
Mm-hmm.
If he decide, man, I just want to stay home, you know what I'm saying, take care of the kids and
Mm-hmm.
do a little cleaning around the house, do a little knitting here and there, do a little yoga, you know what I'm saying? Yes or no, most women would have a problem with that.
Most women would have a problem with that. Yes.
Okay. Same scenario, different different sex,
Mm-hmm.
right? Woman wants to do that. Why? I don't even gotta ask. Why wouldn't that be a problem for most?
Because, um, honestly speaking,
Mm-hmm.
men have different strengths and capabilities than women do. A
Mm-hmm.
man is more capable of going out to do things to provide for his family that a woman would have a harder time doing.
Like,
I mean, let's be real. In the workforce, is a lot easier for a man to go get a job than a woman is.
Yeah.
And when we think about things like that, it's a lot easier for men to get resources in business than it is for women. It is.
Okay.
It is. It's just easier. I'm not saying that
It
it
doesn't happen. I
happens.
got you. I
It's
got you.
easier.
Yeah.
And so I think that when a woman makes that decision because we are nurturers, because and that's just nature.
Yeah.
Because that comes a little bit more natural for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for a woman to say that and do that if it's feasible for the family.
Yeah.
For a man, it doesn't make as much sense because it's nature for the pride to be an issue at some point
Yeah.
down the line. One, two, I think that masculinity and femininity play a part in because it's human nature in why that doesn't compare.
What about the ones who go by them, they, his? No, they don't go. They don't use his. They use them and they. What about them?
I think that they get to choose. I'm gonna leave that.
That's fair. But no, you
choose.
used a very important keyword.
Mhm.
And what the heck was that word? Nurture.
Mhm.
You know, like you said, most women, they have that nurturing spirit that
Mhm.
that's God given. You know, so um, I really believe that, my opinion is, men are here to protect, provide, and all
Mhm.
that good stuff,
Mhm.
and women are here to nurture. You
Mhm.
know, um, so where did that confusion comes from? Because it's like, we all know we have that in us, men and women.
Mhm.
So I guess, do you think it becomes an issue when the opposite sex feels like they're being taken advantage of,
Feels like they've been taken. No, I think it becomes an
or is it a
issue.
societal? I'm sorry, go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, no.
Or is it like or is it just a society thing?
Yeah.
You know,
I think that that's the main problem. Is
yeah,
it's a society
society
thing.
and pride.
But we also have to understand that the inverse is becoming normal.
What you mean? Break that down.
Like it's becoming normal for women to provide. It's becoming normal for women to be breadwinners.
On that one side, it's never going to be normal for men to not be providers or breadwinners.
For to not be,
Yeah, to
right?
not be.
But it's becoming more of a maybe normal isn't the word. Maybe normal. It's not that it's becoming normal.
Mm-hmm.
It is being no, I guess it is being normalized.
Yeah.
Women are in spaces now where they can do the providing, and I wouldn't even just say like primarily, but I do think that it's becoming more and more women that are breadwinners in their homes, even with a working husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I bring it back to myself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Man, it's not, but and correct me if I'm wrong. It's gonna get some crazy stuff.
Ready to pop this clip. What's up?
Man,
Say
I feel in lot. Well, I feel it's a little bit. I think most men do feel, and this is all because of pride and stuff like
it.
that. When the woman is the breadwinner, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Okay, you got to expound on it.
Because I ain't talking about me, I'm talking about some men.
You say you kind
I
of
said
feel
a
this
little
way.
bit. I'm gonna break it down, sis. I'm gonna break it down. And first of all, I have no problem with that. If she's making me, if she turns into Oprah, I'm stepping. I'm kicking back. I'm going to yoga. I'm taking the kid to soccer. I'm doing all of that. I ain't what I need to
Come
work
on,
for. I'll make some
Stephanie.
beats and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Do the podcast. But other than that,
Come on,
I'm gonna be
Stephanie.
on my thing, man. But
I like it.
um, a lot of men feel like if the woman starts making more money than him, she starts power tripping, ego tripping, I guess you could say. And then I kind of feel like that can throw a fork into that
Relationship. Yeah.
relationship. You know what I'm saying?
It
But it's
can.
not, it's not the woman's fault that she making more money,
If she climbed the
but
ladder, yeah.
it's just one of those things, man. It's just a double standard, that unfortunately exists, that most women who are we watch women who have podcasts all the time, who says, if I'm making this much, he has to make 10 times this and that. And if he isn't,
Yeah.
it can be an issue for them,
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. It's tough for men. For men, it's tough for women,
That's a really good point though. The
you
power
know.
tripping.
No, it exists, but it just like,
Cause then you essentially have two alphas
yeah,
trying to obviously it depends on the person, their personality, the way
yeah,
that they operate and move
yeah,
throughout their everyday life.
yeah,
Um so then let me shift that from the financial aspect to
yeah,
um the thoughts of a woman cooking, cleaning, nurturing, taking care of children.
hmm.
That's where the term barefoot and pregnant, came from.
I ain't never heard
You never heard the term barefoot and
that.
pregnant?
No,
I think I've said it to you before.
I probably wouldn't.
You probably thought I was just saying some shit.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that one, bro. Barefoot and pregnant. Why you no shoes on?
Cause you in your house
So what you call me when I got no drawers on? I'm in my house.
naked.
Oh, okay.
What?
I guess so. Go ahead.
Anyway, women, you threw me all the way off and made me lose my whole train of thought. When
Mm,
women are supposed to be nurturers, they take care of the children, they birth the children, they carry them children in
yeah.
their bellies, in their womb for 9 whole months.
Yeah.
You're so
Mm,
silly.
yeah.
So, because that was funny. Um, and so when you think about that, isn't that the reason that men feel like they're being emasculated when it comes to the idea of staying home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids? Like that's why it becomes so emasculating. It's because if I'm a man, I'm thinking about it as you're the
Yeah.
nurturer. If I'm here,
Um.
it's an emasculation. So I think that also kind of caused some power trips.
Uh, were you done? I didn't wanna.
An emasculation.
I didn't wanna emasculate you. Is that
Yeah,
that
don't
the word?
emasculate me, baby.
All right, but no. I can. I'll say from my past experience, right? There were times, very few times, probably once or twice, where I was down bad, and you was doing more. You was bringing in more income and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I felt bad is because of my pride, and I was really afraid of how, or um, bothered how your family looked at me. Some of our friends and peers may have looked at me. So it was never about. It was always pride.
I never knew that.
Hey, man, shoot. But I mean, it was all internal. So I didn't really like. That's something I had to do it on my own. Because I mean, when you a man, if you're a real stand up man, you gonna feel like that, and that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
I think
3%.
if you don't, then
You might have some
you might
internal
have
digging you
some.
might need to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah, I don't know. So go back to what I was saying. It was just all pride. It was ego. I was afraid of what people would look at, how people would look at me. I was afraid that you possibly would look at me less than. But what I can say, and I've never felt less than a man. No money, 10 cents to my name from you. I remember a time where I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. But it was just times where, I may have been low on cash like early on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, we always had a shared account though. But, you would like give me the card to pay. It's just
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that always made me feel nothing less than a man. So I think most men who may deal with that, may deal with a woman making more money than him, it'll be outside sources
Mm-hmm.
that make him feel that way. And internal pride and ego kind of stuff.
That makes sense.
So let me ask you on the flip of that: do you ever feel like, or was there ever a time where you felt less than a woman because you may haven't been in a nurturing state because you was working so much?
Yes.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
Yeah. Mm, many times I felt like that.
Yeah.
It just it's I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because
Yeah.
I think in the end it was just always about the bigger picture
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. For sure.
Um, but I do think that it's what every mom feels.
Mm-hmm.
Every working mom. If you're a working mom, you know there are the things that you miss out on.
Yeah.
Um, firsts when
Yeah.
you at work, or things that you didn't know they were doing.
Yeah.
And people gonna make you feel it. Like if I'm as a mom, when I come home and I might say like, "Oh, look what he did," and people will say,
Yeah.
he been doing it.
Yeah.
He did that yesterday."
Yeah.
Like people family members will say that.
Yeah.
And then like I think that when you are working and things like that, you feel guilty. There
Yeah.
is a guilt that goes into the things that you don't get to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm working, and we live in Atlanta, so if I'm going to work outside the house, and I'm driving in traffic, I'm going to work, I'm coming home in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, by the time I get home, it's time for baths and bed.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that we ate out or did takeout or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that something didn't get done, so a shirt didn't get cleaned that Zoe wanted to wear, or like, so there's some guilt
Yeah.
that goes into being a working mom. So yeah, I definitely felt that a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, me being the person that I am, who wants to work, and um who feels like I don't necessarily believe in gender roles.
Yeah.
There's also that thing where like older women, like I told you, will say,
Yeah.
"You supposed to be cooking for your husband, cleaning up," and I'd be like, "He can do the same things I can do." So and did it ever make you feel away
About what?
when I say like he got 2 hands and 2 feet, he can cook some eggs?
Uh, the delivery is everything, you know.
Why? Because I say you got 2 hands and 2 feet.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Why?
well, I
What's wrong with
mean,
that delivery?
no, no, no. Well, first of all, you don't never say it that soft.
How do
And
I
you
say it?
you never really told me that I remember.
That you got 2 hands and 2 feet?
I mean, I don't remember taking it no kind of way because I honestly don't remember hearing you say it as much.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day,
because you do got 2 hands.
I do got to. You know what I'm saying? I do it myself.
You can, but I mean, it's not that I'm saying like you have to do it
But there
yourself
are
all the
times if
time.
somebody do say, I'm like, you know what, she should have. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he do.
saying?
He play all day like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But then he wonder why I feel guilty.
that's true. That's true.
So, but me saying that is not me saying I don't never cook for that man. I don't never clean up this. That's just me saying there's nothing wrong with if he is hungry right now, him feeding himself right now.
For sure.
And if he does want me to do it, then I'll get to it. Then I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, and I think that that's where it kind of goes into like gender roles and things like that. It's
Yeah.
like I feel like for me, this is just me. I don't mind cooking and cleaning for my man, right? I don't mind doing that. I just feel like I don't have to do it on command. Does that make sense?
So you don't mind doing, you just don't mind me asking you or telling you to do it?
I don't mind doing it. No, it's not that I don't want you to ask me to do it.
What command are you talking about?
I don't want it to be like I want it now. Yeah, no, or not even just like that. Like I don't think that it's ever been a time when you did this, but I'm referring to like if a man be like, "Hey, go make me a sandwich."
I ain't seen nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, or I'm hungry, and it's like,
Oh,
okay,
so
like me, I'm probably planning on cooking dinner, but if I didn't do it right now, then you should go find you something until I do. You know what I'm saying?
which is so weird to me because it's like y'all like that kind of y'all like those demands in the bedroom.
Go make me a sandwich.
I mean, nah, unless the sandwich is the code word or something, but I don't know,
or
but
after a good.
yeah. But you know what?
I make you a
As
sandwich.
we was going through this conversation,
Hmm.
I started piecing some things together. I think the gender role thing, I think it's all a part of a journey, right? And I say that to say because in reality, mo- every man who really loves his wife, I'm talking like really loves her, he wants to create a lifestyle to where his wife can do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
If she wants to go to work, she can do that. But it's almost as if it feels as if she has to go to work, there may be a tiny little prick
Hmm.
at our pride and ego
Hmm.
because he has no control over he has no control of that situation.
Yeah.
And to expand on that, the financial aspect of things, right?
Hmm.
So it's like the whole gender role thing, and I honestly believe that most women want to be home, especially if she have kids. Now, I'm not saying that she want to be home and just completely catering to the kids. She wants to have that choice to be home when she
Hmm.
wants to be home.
Hmm.
You know,
I like that.
so I think that's kind of why we've been speaking. My whole thing now is for us to create something that we completely own, so we don't have to answer to anybody. We don't really have to. We really don't have to do that right now.
Hmm.
But just to be able to say, kind of trying to piece it together.
Hmm.
Um, just to have that control.
Yeah.
Just to have that control, because I honestly believe that's like I said, the gender role thing is a whole journey,
Hmm.
and I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but I'm really trying to piece it together in my head too. You
If
get what I'm saying though?
yeah, and I know you.
Kind of.
You said we've been speaking about it. So if that's what if you're referring to the things that we've been talking about lately, then that's why I'm so appreciative,
Yeah.
because I think that your whole thing has really been that if I'm doing anything, especially work, when it
Yeah.
comes to work,
Yeah.
you want me to love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You want me
Yeah.
to be passionate about it. You want me to be fulfilled.
Right. Even in the house, you know what I'm saying?
No matter what I'm doing.
Yeah. Even in the house.
Exactly. So for me, that that's what I'm most thankful about.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think gender roles hasn't necessarily been an issue for us,
Yeah.
because everything has had a purpose for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Everything has
Get a bigger
contributed to
picture.
our bigger purpose. Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think it's all society. It's all society, ego, pride.
Hmm.
I think those things are what divides men and women when it comes to the whole gender
Hmm.
role thing.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm. But all in all, I think that people should do what's
what,
best for them,
what works for
what
them,
works for
for
them.
sure.
Um, the societal norm
Mm.
of gender roles just has not worked for us. It
Yeah,
has not been something that we have even aspired to do,
yeah.
or to be a part of.
And
I
even when
should
we
say.
probably tried to, it just didn't even. It just
Yeah,
felt stupid. You know what
yeah.
I'm
It just
saying?
it just didn't work.
It
It
just didn't
just it
work.
didn't work. It wasn't conducive
Yeah,
to what we had going on.
yeah.
So
And
I
that's
think
kind of why you got to keep people out your business, man.
definitely got to keep people out your business. Now, I will say this one thing: when it comes to whatever the roles are that you have in your marriage and your relationship, let that be your thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else's. Not your family, not your in-laws, not your siblings, not your nieces and nephews or
Especially
your
the
cousins.
in-laws. Not just like,
It's so silly. The cousins,
yeah,
your
all of that.
grandparents, like I'm talking about nobody. And that's real. Make sure it works for you. People just need to do what works for them. That's
Yeah.
it.
And that's in everything, man. Gender roles,
That's
finances,
the
all of
underlying
that, bro.
facts.
When you start getting other people involved, different energies, different mind states, different upbringings, different beliefs, all of that.
That's when shit goes
That's when it
sideways.
goes sideways, man. And I think we've been doing a very good. No, we've been doing a damn good job as far as just keeping everybody
Yeah, at bay.
outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, it was a challenge, but
Yeah.
we was kids, man. We was
Yeah, we were still looking for guidance.
Man, what? Shoot, we was.
And you know,
Uh,
when you young, you looking for wherever you can get it. But now we try to feed our spirits with
mm,
positivity. We
yeah,
read our Bible.
yeah,
We pray. We talk to God. We talk to each other.
yeah. That
Um,
communication part is huge.
very huge. I think that that's one of the main things when people figuring out what works for them. For your marriage, communication is key.
Yeah,
Because there, like I said, each time that the thing shifted and changed for us,
yeah,
it was because he knew, and I had to tell him, I'm not liking this, and vice versa. I knew,
yeah,
and he eventually had to tell me that's not working for me. I
yeah,
don't like this. Well, how can we maneuver through this or change this or shift this way, whatever the case may be. So
yeah,
I think that's done well for us.
yeah. And it's gonna continue to do well for us because
I think so
I'm
too.
good where we good where we at as far as the gender role. You know, I don't mind cooking. I don't mind making pancakes here and there. Yeah, I'm gonna make the pancakes and the eggs and the
Mhm.
bacon and stuff like that. I
I be
clean.
cooking.
No, 100%.
I be
You cook
cooking.
75%. No, you probably cook 80% of the time. Maybe 84. And I do the
Baby,
rest.
what is in your 15%?
I just said bacon and pancake. That's a lot. Bacon, eggs, pancake. Oh, I've cooked salmon before. I've made chicken. I can bake. Uh,
You can bake. What are you
Bruh, stop
baking?
playing like I ain't even baked
What do
nothing
you?
yet.
No, I'm saying when you say I can bake, I'm sure people gonna assume you bake bread, cakes.
Oh, what y'all call it?
Oh, because you bake the chicken and the salmon.
Yeah. Was it
Okay.
grill? I get on the
Oh,
grill
you
all the
definitely get on the
time.
grill. You know what? The way you grill my lamb chops for me,
Yeah,
and the way you
man. You
grill
don't
the
try to give
chicken
me
and
no
stuff for the
credit,
family,
man.
I'll give you your
So I
15%.
Yeah, so what that is? What that 85? Yeah.
I'm
You
85.
85, I'm 15. I'll
Yeah,
take that, man. I'll
you'll
take
take
it.
it. All right. So, in conclusion, do what works for you.
Do
Do
what
what's
works
best
for
for you.
you.
Do what's
Keep the
best for you.
outside noise outside.
Yeah.
Um, I
And
think,
don't give in to society norms.
man, but be realistic. Men know what you got to do.
Yep.
Women know what she has. Women know what they have to do.
Yep.
Women know what they love to do and what they were put on this earth to do. So
Mhm.
are men.
Mhm.
And just talk it out, bro. Talk it out. And this is big me saying it. I wasn't huge on that the communication situation.
I know, right?
But
Well, we'll talk about that.
just,
We're gonna really talk
no,
about
we
that.
ain't talking about that.
No, I'm
Just
talking about on our communication episode.
okay, yeah. No, I know, I'm just playing. But yeah, just do what works for you. Any last words? Any last
No.
words?
No, but make sure you all continue to stay engaged, continue to interact with us.
Mm-hmm.
We will be in the comment section with you all. So, if you have anything to say, you got any questions for us, you got any tips, advice for other people that are watching,
Yeah.
or any questions for us to answer live on the podcast, just let us know. We'll be happy to do so.
Yeah, let us know what you think about. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
let us know what you think about gender roles. Should the man stay home while the wife go home and work so he can go to yoga,
That is not the question.
or yeah, just let us know in the comments how you feel. But before you say anything else in the comments, make sure you subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe so you can stay updated.
All
You
right,
got to turn your notifications on. We just got a lot more in store
oh, it's gonna be
for the
exciting.
Forever
It's gonna be so
podcast.
dope, so
So
dope.
I'm excited too, babe. I'm really excited.
All right, I feel like when I say all right,
it
yeah, it's late. It's something about that
is
time.
late. I know. We like filming
But
at
yeah, I
night
like
though.
it. The kids sleep, kids sleep. You know what happened when kids sleep.
Forever.
Yeah. All right, guys, we out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time.